It all comes down to this. 19 long, grueling, valiantly fought weeks all lead up to tonight, and it is the Speed Racing Network Fiverr Truck Series Championship finale. I am Emerson Ard, and I have my good friend and colleague Will Tiller alongside myself in the virtual booth this evening, and we are excited to bring you live coverage from the virtual Homestead-Miami Speedway here on the iRacing.com motorsport simulations platform. And tonight is what we've all been waiting for, Will. Tonight's race is what everyone this season wanted to show up with just a chance in, and 5 drivers do have that chance to walk away $500 richer this evening, Will.
Absolutely, Emerson. I am so happy to be here tonight on this championship race at Homestead-Miami Speedway. We had those 5 drivers getting sized up for rings before this race here tonight. One of them will be the Fiverr Truck Series champion at this 1.5 mile flat Homestead Speedway. Cannot wait for the action to kick off. It's going to be an incredible night of racing. As you mentioned, it's been a very long and grueling season, but here tonight, folks, we'll crown a champion.
Absolutely, and tonight those 5 drivers, Jeffrey Radke, Dalton McKinney, Michael Madden, Ben Park, Matthew Greathouse, they all come into today's race with all equal chance. It'll be first to the finish line out of those 5 who will be the Speed Racing Network Fiverr Truck Series champion this evening. We have our starting lineup here ready to go here from Homestead. It's Radke, Vickery to front row, Madden, Daniel Park row 2, Jason Kratke, Corey Stahl row 3, Ben Park, Connor Cunningham row 4, Dalton McKinney and Blair Holloman row 5, Will.
Yeah, looking at the next row of drivers, we have Michael Lipicki, Raleigh Fab in the 99. Next row will be Daniel Dow and John Koiser in the 97. Next row is going to have Jason Green and Matthew Greathouse. Next row after that, Spencer Brown, Sean Cochran, and rounding out our field here tonight, Walter Lipicki and Jacob Zalo.
Absolutely, and so this field gets ready to do battle here from the Homestead-Miami Speedway. It is so great to have all of you folks in here this evening joining us for some great Fiverr Truck Series action, and we are stoked to be ready to bring you the season finale here from the Homestead-Miami Speedway. And here we go. The field of Fiverr Truck Series vehicles works their way off of the banking, and the field is in the hands of Jeffrey Radke, and racing will commence here from Homestead. One lap complete here from Michigan. It's Radke, Madden, Vickery there in 3rd. Daniel Park sat there in 4th as the field works their way off of turn number 2 here at Homestead.
Coming off the corner here, field is settling into this track here tonight. Emerson, you can tell the nerves are already in this field. Nobody's really jockeying for position just yet. We have a few battles outside of that top 5 as we cross that start-finish line. Heading into 1, Radke still leading the way.
A little bit of a battle there as Vickery tried to size up Michael Madden there in the 15 machine as we work lap number 3 of 80 here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. See the field starting to fan out behind 2 and 3 wide as they work their way off of turn number 2. Here we go, Dalton McKinney in a Hornets that's trying to fend his way up against Corey Stahl there and Blair Holloman. Everyone works their way up off the corner. So we're lap number 4 here. Yep.
You see him right there, Emerson. He's in a dangerous spot. He keeps going for the low side of the racetrack to the high side of the racetrack. You just saw him in the middle of the racetrack there, just inches away from the front bumper of the 33 machine of Stahl. The 46 really needs to find a lane. I know we're early on in this race. If he doesn't find a lane quick, he can get washed out of this top 5 quick, fast, and in a hurry. It's going to be an uphill battle to try to get that championship.
Absolutely. Apologies for the technical difficulties to start here, but we are live and well and continuing the racing action here, working lap 5 of 80. That stage coming out at lap number 20. Well, that stage will matter for 15 of these 20 drivers, but those 5 championship drivers, they don't worry about those stage points, and it's all about the race victory.
Absolutely. And for the 3 machine of Radke and the 15 of Madden, they're in the perfect spot right now. They're 1-2 in the field. They can work together with one another, even get on that radio and pit together. Teamwork till the end, Emerson. I think that's what we're going to see here tonight as we're off of 4 down the front stretch here, single file. There goes Dalton McKinney. He's trying to get around here. Starting to feel that eagerness now as he's trying to make a move on Park.
Yeah, very tight behind as Harris trying to wash up into Blair Holloman. Now it's McKinney and Park, a couple of our championship drivers going at it here. Down the back straightaway as they're trying to chase down Radke and Madden as Matthew Greathouse finds himself down in the 14th position. And so effectively right here, this is the battle for 3rd in the championship standings between Ben Park and Dalton McKinney. This is going on for 6th on the racetrack.
And you see the 46, he was actually my race pick, my championship pick coming into this race. I just feel like the performances he's had at tracks similar to Homestead. You know, a track that doesn't have very much banking. You have about 12 to 13 degrees in those corners. Very flat on the front stretch and back stretch. A racetrack really, Emerson, you can let those trucks really fly around here. There's not much let off. There's not much really loss of speed here on these corners. You see these drivers really trying to jockeying around the lines as well. You see low side lanes, you see high side lanes, middle lanes. I mean, it's going to get crazy to the end. Only 8 laps in, there's a lot of Hornets buzzing around this spot right here.
We ride on board with Ben Park here and just watch as all these trucks kind of circle all 3 lanes in the middle of it here. McKinney falls back in line. Kratke there was trying to have a peek to the inside of Ben Park. And this is now a battle for 5th. Up the road is Daniel Park, Jeffrey Vickery, and Michael Madden, who sat 2nd right now in the race, 2nd in the title fight. He finds himself right there, just 3/10 behind Jeffrey Radke.
And Emerson, as we're going to ride on board with the 15 machine of Michael Madden, we're going to first-hand look at the 3 machine of Radke taking us down the backstretch here. And my question to you, Emerson, with the season that the 3 machine of Radke has had, is it championship or bust in this race? If anything less than a championship, do you think is going to be a disappointing season for that 3 machine?
Yes and no, right? This is his first season here at Speed Racing Network, right? My apologies. No, it is not his first season. But this is really the first one we've really seen him form a real string of results, and it's paid off this season for sure. I'm sure he would love to walk away from it, but you know what the greats always say about championships, Will, is you have to lose one before you can win one. And really, I think it's the added motivation that would come from that, right? It depends how you can take something like that. But for Radke, being in the spot he's in, being the way he set himself up now, is you have a battle for that championship lead. And oh no, Matthew Greathouse is in trouble. One of our championship drivers has spun off of turn number 4.
Looks like he's all right though, Emerson. No caution flag as we check out the select blinds instant replay. You saw this happening on the racetrack there, Emerson. Looks like he's just going to get pinched there on the top side of the racetrack.
Yeah, Michael Lepicki came up, made a little contact there with Greathouse, and no damage. So Greathouse will be A-okay, but unfortunately, he's going to find himself way back in the pack. The good news, if you're a Matthew Greathouse fan, is that he does have that stage caution coming out at lap number 20. And we have a battle for the championship lead. Here we go, Radke and Madden.
It's the dogfight heading into 3 and 4. Madden to the inside. Radke in the 3 on the high side of the racetrack has preferred that high side lane here. The last couple laps of the 15 looks to the inside. Off of 4, he swings that tail in front of the 3. A little bit of a crossover move there from the 15 and the 3. As the 3 now goes to the inside of the 15 into 1 and 2. Again, they're drag racing around Homestead.
Madden better on the bottom side, 3 and 4. Radke really dives it off there in 1 and 2. So we'll try it again. Down the back now, Radke has the advantage. This battle continues further on back. Ben Park has not been able to make the ground that Dalton McKinney has been making, so Park needs to stop the bleeding here before too long. He's going to find himself up inside this championship fight. Dalton McKinney there sat 5th. Back up front, Radke keeping that quarter-second advantage.
You saw that back and forth there between those two has simmered down just a little bit now. As you see Vickery in that 77 machine in the third position, right behind him. You mentioned Park. McKinney right now in that 46 holds down the 5th position on the racetrack. Single file though, Emerson, into 3 and 4 with just about 7 laps to go in stage number 1.
7 laps to go here in stage number 1 now. Count it off of turn number 4. 6 laps to go. It's Radke leading Michael Madden, Jeffrey Vickery, Dan Park, and Dalton McKinney. Ben Park trying to stay up inside the top 10, and Matthew Greathouse trying to stay on the lead lap. Greathouse finds himself 17.5 seconds off the pace now as a result of that slide off of turn number 4. And for Ben Park, this is intriguing, man.
Goodness. Yeah, the 13 is right up the back bumper of the 2 of Danny Dow. Heading into the corner, the 13 machine, you can tell he is hungry here tonight. He wants to get that championship, but he's got some traffic to work through here. I got to shout out, though, Cunningham in that 64 machine, rocking the 24 Jeff Gordon throwback paint scheme here tonight. As he's up to 8th, he just moved past Danny Dow and Park to move up inside the top 10.
Yeah, Connor moves up to 8th there. And for Ben, again, he's lost some spots here in this go-around. Now, it's still early. We are still in stage 1. But the defending series champion looking for a repeat tonight. This is not a good start. He was with Dalton McKinney, who is now sat 5th, and now finds himself in 10th. So, quick change here in the mid portion. But if Ben Park is playing the long game, we're going to have to see how this race plays out. We should be fine here to the stage, but after that, we don't know how this could play out.
It's going to be an incredible finish here. I cannot wait for the fireworks as well down the backstretch for that champion. And as the season's played out, Emerson, it's been a surprise ending most of the year. It's been very strategic battles, you know, pit stops. You're pushing the windows a little bit. You're making those moves, getting in front of the leader. I think here tonight, it's going to be one of those big gambles if you want to try to knock off the 3 machine of Radke or the 15 of Madden, as they're looking pretty much untouchable 1-2 right now in the field. Although Vickery's starting to put some pressure on that 15. Watch out for Vickery here tonight.
Watch out for Dalton McKinney. He just made his move up to 4th, and he's quickly closing up on this battle between Madden and Vickery. I wonder maybe Madden used up his stuff a little too early here with 2 laps to go in the stage. As well, Vickery not a championship driver. Will, how do you play this as a non-playoff driver?
Oh, I love it. I love the non-championship drivers because they have nothing to lose. It's a Hakuna Matata out there. No worries. They don't have to worry about points. They don't have to worry about finishing good or stage bonuses or any of that stuff. Of course, we're going to pay out some of the guys that didn't make the championship run. But for the 77 machine of Vickery, this is win or nothing. Win or go home, essentially, there for the 77. That's all he's concerned about. I love that mentality as now he looks at the inside of the 15 into the corner.
Side by side on the last lap of stage number 1, Vickery and Madden. Vickery trying to clear by Madden, trying to hold to that track position. Vickery nearly a full car length out in front now. Madden fights back on the high side.
Vickery looks at the inside, still trying to hold down that position. He touches the white line with those tires. There goes the 15 of Michael Madden with a little bit more momentum into the entry of the corner. There goes the 46 of McKinney right behind them as well. It will be a drag race to the end as Radke gets the stage and Michael Madden gets the 2nd spot with Vickery coming in 3rd.
So Jeffrey Radke with the stage victory. It is all for bragging rights tonight for Radke. Madden will get 2nd, Vickery 3rd, McKinney 4th. Ben Park finishes out in 9th. Matthew Greathouse still on the lead lap. The big key there for Greathouse. After that slide early, we now work our first caution period of the evening. And it's that Fret Level Midnight Motorsport driver, Jeffrey Radke. Speaking of Fret Level Midnight Motorsports, Will, we have been keeping track of team standings all season long. We'll take a look at the team point standings here up on your screen. And Fret Level Midnight Motorsports, they have secured that bad boy. That is a massive difference there. High Temp Rev Racing 2nd in the team standings. Phoenix Virtual Racing 3rd. I believe there is a payout for the team championship as well. I know in previous years it was $250 for the team. I would have to imagine it would be around that price, but still, some money up for grabs there for Fret Level Midnight Motorsports and more points with the stage victory tonight.
Yeah, and I think what stands out to me as we take a look at these team standings, although the Threat Level Midnight Motorsports team has 7 wins, they've wrapped up the championship. They're going to pop some champagne later on here tonight. Stands out to me in these point standings is that these teams have multiple wins in their stable. You know, look at High Temp Rev Racing, 2 wins. Phoenix Virtual Racing, 3 wins. Bird Dog Racing, 3 wins. Tank Racing, 2 wins. You know, Blue Lightning Racing, 2 wins. That just shows the competitiveness of this league, Emerson, that these teams have multiple wins in their stable, so that's something they can carry on for next year.
Absolutely. As we'll bring it back to the sim here off of pit lane. It's Jeffrey Radke winning the race off pit lane. Michael Madden gets back to second. Kenny comes off the pit lane in 4th. Ben Park comes off the pit lane in 9th. And those are the heavy hitters tonight. And we'll now go searching the deep dive in the Discord. Go find our stage 1 winner. Driver of the number 3, Jeffrey Radke. And tonight, Jeff, this is a little bit of a different feeling. The stage win, but that doesn't matter tonight.
Not at all.
Able to get it done tonight. What is that early dominance felt like? What kind of confidence does that give you here early at Homestead?
Makes all the laps I put in throughout the week, getting ready for it, feel worth it.
With that little 20-lap run, what did you learn? Did you find anything different in your practice throughout the week that you're going to be able to take with you here to the rest of the final 60?
Learned a little bit. The guys behind me really want to go. I was trying to conserve just a little bit, probably too much. Once he started battling me there, I decided I better get going, and just kind of showed how much he used his up before 20 laps. So a little bit longer run, 37, 38 lap run for fuel. Might cut it in half, don't know yet, but guess we'll see how green flag pit stops play out, hopefully.
All right, Jeff. Well, congratulations on the stage victory tonight. It's all for bragging rights, but I know you have your eyes on the bigger prize here at about 55 or so laps. Best luck to you, man.
Thanks.
Driver of the number 3, Jeffrey Radke, at a Fret Level Midnight Motorsports, and you heard it all there. Will just so determined, so focused. It's almost like he didn't want to talk to us. It probably didn't. Maybe even took him out of his little Zen mode there. He was in the mode. He's focused and ready to go. And the rest of this field is as the iRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety in the pit lane. The field in the hands of Jeffrey Radke Racing, and stage number 2 commences. It's Radke, Madden, McKinney, Vickery, and Connor Cunningham, the top 5. Same 2. Oh, we got a slide in the back, and the caution is going to come out. Jacob Zala in trouble. Big time damage. The 25 machine.
Yeah, and that's a shame to see, as the 25 machine. Jacob Zala had one heck of a season, of course, not racing for a championship here tonight, but definitely one of the names that we've called out a lot this season. And for his season to basically come to an end like this, Emerson, has to be heartbreaking there for the 25.
Absolutely. It looks like a lot of people here. You can already see the 99 of Wally Babb sideways as well. Everyone little loose on cold tires here. It looks like, oh, the 52. Spencer Brown sideways on cold tires. He's going to make contact there with Zala. They collect Jason Kratke. Big hit there to the outside wall. Zala's going to come down the track right into the path of Wally Babb. My goodness. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, and two drivers that really showed a lot of promise to begin the season, in the middle of the season, the 25 and the 99 of Wally Babb. Unfortunately, didn't make that championship 5, and just to have, like I mentioned, to have their nights end like this, it looks like their nights will be over. I know definitely for the 25, that's going to be some incredible damage to try to get that thing back out there. The 99 is going to take some hard hits to that front bumper as well. Like their nights are going to be all but wrapped up here at Miami. You know, not the worst place to have your night end early. Emerson, there's a lot to do here at South Beach, but definitely wanted to finish the season off in the right way, and it doesn't look like they'll have that opportunity.
Absolutely. You want to be spending your night out in South Beach after the race, not during the race. I want to ride on board real quick with Matthew Greathouse and see how he sifted his way through all of this, because one of our championship competitors was back here, Will, when this happened.
Just calm, cool, and collected with that.
Wow.
Emerson saw everything just sort of just evolving in front of him. He kind of let off, didn't really hit the brakes too much. Essentially what they tell you to do on the highway. If you see an accident, you let off. You don't hit the brakes on the highway. Good move there.
Absolutely. So Greathouse, that might be a championship level move, or well, that is a championship level move. He's a championship driver. Might be the championship winning move to keep himself alive in this race. We'll see how this one plays out. I want to take a moment here real quick and hear from our partners here from Speed Racing Network and the Fiverr Truck Series. Don't go anywhere. Welcome, race fans, back to virtual Homestead-Miami Speedway down here in South Florida. It is Championship Tuesday here for the Fiverr Truck Series. It's Jeffrey Radke, Michael Madden, Dalton McKinney racing once again in a bobble there on the restart from Michael Madden. Able to keep it straight, but that could have been disastrous.
Yeah, we usually stay silent on these restarts, but it looked a little sketchy there, Emerson. We took that green flag. The 15 just didn't get on the gas pedal quick enough. Almost made contact with the 46 of McKinney right there going into 1. Now they're side by side into 3 and 4. What an incredible restart here we have on lap 30.
Yep, this is the battle now for second, effectively in the championship standings. Second on the racetrack. Cunningham trying to get a career best finish out of this race. As we continue on here to work lap 31 of 80 here at Homestead. And Cunningham trying to work down to the inside of Madden. McKinney falls back to 4th. And Cunningham wanting to make his mark in this championship race.
Yeah, I love Cunningham's mentality right now. He's been cruising inside of the top 5. Now he's inside of the top 3. Now trying to get to the inside of the 15 of Madden, but he better watch out. He's got quite the hornet's nest of drivers behind him. Dalton McKinney's right there. Danny Dow, Park, Harris. Holloman's now inside of the top 10, and Park is going to bookend that top 10 there, but we're just squeezing on that inside lane there. Cunningham keeps trying to get to the low side of the 15, while the 46 of McKinney's right there as well, Emerson. This could be disastrous. They better hold on down the backstretch.
Yeah, McKinney's getting a little frustrated. You can see here, fighting to get down to the inside of the 24. Cunningham, he pins him down. That is very interesting racing there between a non-championship driver and a championship driver. McKinney, he's got to think big picture. Cunningham, he's got nothing to lose. They were racing very aggressive there into turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 for what it's worth. And now McKinney, on the high side.
Yeah, that McKinney on the high side is making me extremely nervous up here in the booth. He's got the 7 machine of Park right up that back bumper. There goes the 46 again, trying to go to the low side of the 77 of victory here into 3 and 4. He dive bombs it just a little bit. Cunningham's in front of him. Madden's in front of him. Meanwhile, our leader, Radke, is just cruising around, watching all this in his rear view mirror. As we cross that start-finish line into 1, Radke still leads, but that battle for second is heating up as we come off of 2.
Side by side, Cunningham and Madden. Madden playing the long game. Cunningham wanting to win the race. And they go side by side down the back. Cunningham trying to show his might here. He was able to muster up a second place finish in the Glitch Truck Series race at Kansas. But since then, we have not mentioned Connor Cunningham really all season. And now Cunningham showing the pace tonight, albeit in the Fiverr race. But here he is up here giving it his all with the championship competitors.
Yeah, and McKinney said, forget that low side lane. I'm going to try high side. As you just saw a momentum build from the 46 machine, who is now on the back bumper of Cunningham into 3 and 4. Madden's to the low side of Cunningham as they almost made contact. As we watch from the first-hand point of view of this 46 machine, you mentioned it here, Emerson. I'm nervous for the 15 machine. Is he maybe using up his equipment too much here to fend off a non-championship driver? I know he wants to keep pace. He wants to stay with the 3 machine of Radke as we ride on board with the 46 machine. You know, McKinney's done a little bit of a different avenue here. He's led off. He started to fade back just a little bit. Ease on those tires as Cunningham's throwing the block on that 46. The 15 of Madden, he's still trying to get around here. This is going to be that give and take game these championship drivers need to realize here with 45 to go.
Absolutely, Will. I think you hit the nail on the head there, Will. You saw McKinney get feisty with Cunningham for about a lap, maybe a lap and a half, and then he said, okay, gotta think big picture. He backed off. He changed his entire driving style. He changed his line, and now he's going to go at it again here with Connor Cunningham because he... In all reality, he does have to get through Cunningham if he's going to get to Radke. But here he goes. He's brought a different approach now. He forced Cunningham a little higher, and now trying to work to the inside. Now really forces Cunningham up the track. That's not the lane Cunningham's been comfortable with the last 5 or so laps. And so this is a different approach here for McKinney. We'll see how aggressive they can fight it here into 1.
And it's that mentality that Cunningham has, too, that no hold bars, that no worries point of view as well. You mentioned it, you know, he picked up a win in that Glitch Truck Series, so you know that he can win in this series against these drivers. As Dalton McKinney, he's just going to give up on that battle. He's going to get right back on the back bumper of Cunningham. He'll go high side of the racetrack. He's going to totally give up on the battle with Cunningham. Here comes the 15 of Michael Madden as they'll go side by side for that 4th position here. Actually, the 15 will follow right back behind that 46, but both of them are now leaning away from Cunningham. As Cunningham, though, with all the battling he's been doing, Emerson, he's not making up any ground on Radke for that top spot.
Yeah, Cunningham kind of, as he should, maybe driving a little selfishly, but not selfish enough as he, you know, he wants to win the race. He's not keeping his eye out in front of the windshield as well. He's more focused on trying to fend off what he's got. And as for Cunningham, it wasn't a win, but it was a photo finish loss to Gabriel Ellison at Kansas in the Glitch Truck Series. But it is another mile and a half, and it runs very similar. The corners at Kansas and the corners here do run somewhat similar in terms of the multi-lane racing. And so Cunningham showing some speed here when he showed pace at Kansas earlier in the year. Not very surprising.
There is a surprising aspect of this race. Emerson looking around the field. We have a championship driver now starting to sneak back up through the field. Matthew Greathouse is just 1 spot outside of the top 10 after spinning out, going all the way to the tail end of the field, 21st position. Matthew Greathouse now up to 11th, has some speed. Last time by ran a 33.5. That puts him right in the mix inside of that top 10 lap time range goes. He's on a move here, Emerson. You mentioned it. No damage in that spin. Still has an incredible uphill battle if he wants a shot at that championship. But he's starting to put in some work here. Watch out for this 51 here as this race concludes.
Absolutely. Greathouse keep, again, not hitting that wall in that slide, Will. You know, staying calm and avoiding the 6 trucks spinning in front of him. I mean, those are some championship level moves here, Will. And it could be what wins him the title. We'll see how this race plays out. We have just crossed the halfway point of this race. You heard a little bit from Jeffrey Radke in the stage interview, Will, that while they pitted at lap 22 when this whole field pitted, he said the fuel run is about 37 to 38 laps, but he is also considering just splitting it in half. And so we're working 38 laps to go. We're now 20 laps removed from that pit stop. We are about 8 or so laps from the pit. Well, I won't even say, I'll say 6 or so laps from that pit window opening if you're splitting it in half. But if you're running the tank out, we're still about 18 or so laps from that.
Yeah, Radke in that 3, he's got that truck locked in. He's got it on rails. He is running quicker and faster than that Christmas train you have underneath the Christmas tree. You cannot derail him right now. Lap times show that exact thing. He is faster than the rest of the field. His fastest lap is so much faster than the rest of the field. Just in perspective, Emerson, Jeffrey Radke, best lap time around this track, 32.4. Next fastest lap time was at 32.45. So that's how much faster Radke is right now, as he almost has a second lead on Cunningham. I talked about the aggressive driving the 64 machine has shown in this race. All of that aggression still can't get the back bumper of the 3 as we cross that start-finish line into 1.
Yeah, I think Connor might have done himself a disservice here fighting so hard. He is now in the far, he's on the other side of the cliff of those tires. The way maybe he's trying to get to Connor here, and he's going to slide right back in front of McKinney. Same thing for McKinney, though. Not able to find a way past Cunningham. Now he's going for it and ascend there. And that one looks like Cunningham may have just let him by. After all the hard fought battling there, that one was a very quick and easy battle for McKinney to get through.
McKinney now has to lock in. He has to try to find that draft coming off the back bumper of the 3. But you see Cunningham, he's not giving up on this battle. He may have let the 46 go by in that opportunity, but he's not giving up on this spot. He's now side by side with him as we're off the corner, still trying to build up that momentum. And you also see Madden in the 15. He's lingering right there as well, Emerson. You also watch some big dogs behind these guys. The 77 of Vickery, who's been inside the top 5 virtually all race long. Harris is right there in the 87. We know he can get checkered flags. Park is a championship driver. Blair Holloman has been on a hot streak as of late. You see Stahl in that 33, Park inside of the top 10 as well. The little dog behind Radke in that 3. He cannot make any mistakes.
Vickery in trouble. Counting the wall down in turns 1 and 2. And Vickery drops down the running order. I think Vickery is running with Andrew Harris. And now that truck looks all sorts of out of whack. That truck is not handling pretty for Jeffrey Vickers. He tries to nurse that thing around.
As we watch the field come off the corner, we are now joined by a special guest here in the booth with us here at Emerson. We have the president, the CEO, the boss man himself of SRN, Jonathan Fire, up here with us in this Championship Tuesday. Boss man, this race has been incredible. Jeffrey Radke looks like he's the man to beat here. I hope you got that jacket ready for him. I hope you got that ring sized up, because he might be our champion here tonight.
Good evening, gentlemen. Thanks for allowing me to have a couple minutes with you guys this evening. Yeah, we've had 48 laps in this race. Jeffrey Radke's led 47 of them, so he's doing a great job, and that clean air pays dividends here. But it has been a really good race. It's been kind of what we've seen out of these truckers all year. This series has been really entertaining to watch. And tonight we do get to crown the champion for Season 5 as far as the B-Truck Series goes here. We're excited and looking forward to Season 6, but obviously we still have a little bit of business to handle here tonight.
And as we watch this race play out with 32 laps to go, looking back on this season, what are some of the highlights for you, and what are some of the things that you're looking forward to? You just mentioned next season as well. There's some big news that happened at SRN as well. A little bit of a change-up happened.
Yeah, we thought it'd be a good time, a good chance for us to bring the Cup cars, the next-gen cars back. When they first hit the service, there was still a little bit of work that needed to be done on them, but they're not perfect yet, but they're much more polished and ready to go for league action, and so we're excited to bring those back. A lot of people aren't enjoying driving them on the service, so we think it'll be a good option for people to have here. But it's no surprise that our series that's filling the fastest is the trucks again. Everybody loves the trucks. one of the most competitive series that Speed Racing Network has ever had, and it looks to continue that way. We're at about just over 50% capacity as far as who's already registered for the trucks next season. So, since we opened registration 2 weeks ago, that's a pretty good number. So we're excited about season 6, but this season's been full of amazing moments. We've seen first-time winners, we've seen new teams, new drivers. We've welcomed you guys to our broadcast team, and so it's been an awesome year so far. And there's no better way to cap it off than a nice, good race here at Homestead, which is always one of the most raciest tracks on the circuits. And we look forward to running it back next year, which starts in about 4.5 weeks.
As Dalton McKinney heads down pit road here in the 46, we're watching these green flag pit stops happen here. That's Threat Level Midnight Motorsports. And we just talked about it earlier here, Mr. Byer, that they're going to be the team champion. I also mentioned, too, a lot of stables have multiple wins across their teams. Is that something that you can take some pride in, that these teams in this series are ultra competitive? Of course, Threat Level Midnight with 7 wins. The rest of the teams, 2, 3, 4 wins on the season. That's got to be a pretty good feeling, you as a boss, of building all this up.
Yeah, and you see Jeffrey Radke, completing his pit cycle here for that team. But if he does pull it off tonight and wins this race, that'll be 8 out of 20 races that was won by one team with Threat Level Midnight. And that's a pretty amazing feat. And I think one thing that makes it the Speed Racing Network a little bit unique is how much we value the team aspect of it. I mean, you see it in the NASCAR world all the time. How much each of those positions and how these teams strategize and alliances and all that works together. It's not far from that in the virtual world for us. We pay out those top 3 team position finishers. But when we look back on a season, a lot of teams look back, how many races did we win as a team? Of course, there's always going to be an individual champion, but, my team, we won the Season 2 Truck Series Team Championship, and we took so much pride in the fact that we were able to accomplish that feat, that when it came to championship night, we knew we had it locked up. We some of us were driving for the championship, but that just wasn't our main focus. We spent pretty much the whole night celebrating what was 20 weeks of hard work to capture that team championship. So, yeah, Threat Level Midnight has secured that. They will be the team champions for this season, but much deserved. Winning 7 races, that'll take care of business for sure.
As you have a couple of championship contenders now down pit road, there's Matthew Greathouse in that 51. You just saw Michael Madden as well in that 15. And Jonathan, I gotta say, as we watch Park head down here as well, he ran inside the top 10, hasn't really been inside the top 5. I gotta say, folks, I have to go check out that website that you've built with the incredible merch on there, with Christmas right around the corner, with everything going on here at SRN. It's an incredible website, a lot of cool stuff, hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, all that awesome stuff here. And I'm wondering, too, are you going to have any championship gear here at the end of the season?
That is in the works, yes. Like we won't have a commercial like NASCAR does right after the race is over saying come get your championship driver merch, because it'll take a little bit more time than that. But we expect to have something up for sure, something to commemorate the accomplishment, because with the level of competition in any of our series, winning the championship is a really, really strong achievement. So we want to reward that and give people the opportunity to support their drivers by wearing that merchandise. But yeah, SpeedRacingNetwork.com is a place where you can find everything. You can join our Discord server. You can register for our next season. You can view the schedules and the current point standings for all 3 of our series. But most importantly, like you said, our new online store. Been up for a while. It took us some time to polish, but it's now in a really, really good spot. Tons of different merchandise. There's a customization tool that allows you to customize any piece of merchandise that the Speed Racing Network logo can be on, as far as color and sizing and style. But then, of course, with the holidays being right around, we have a few specials that are rolling out within the next couple weeks, so just check back and keep an eye on that. And load up for Season 6. We will have our Season 6 series sponsored gear probably up pretty soon. We're still working on getting those series sponsors finalized, but once we do, we'll put that up on there as well. But it's your one-stop shop now for everything Speed Racing Network.
Oh man, and for the folks at home that maybe missed out on signups for this season, is there still a chance for folks to sign up for next season? You just mentioned that next-gen car. Maybe guys maybe not so good in the trucks, maybe just waiting for that opportunity. Is there still time for guys to get signed up for next year?
Oh yeah, plenty of time. We will take registrants up until the very last moment. Our first race back will be the first of the qualifying duels for the Truck Series on January 16th. So you have up until that point to register for any of our 3 series. Obviously, if you want to run on Tuesday night, it's going to be your trucks that you're seeing here tonight. Our Wednesday night will be our Xfinity cars, which you'll get to see here on Speed Racing Network on Thursday night. And then our Thursday series next year will be those Next Gen Cup cars I spoke about. So still plenty of time to register. The best way to do that is go to speedracingnetwork.com. Join our Discord server so you can get live updates on anything that's happening, as well as the list of registered drivers and currently taking numbers for Season 6. But inside our Discord server houses the link that allows you to submit your registration. And right there you'll put your preferred number in there and which series you're declaring for, and we'll get you set up for everything else. And get you in the loop on the news and what's coming for Season 6.
Well, boss man, we'll let you go here for these next 20 laps so you can relax and watch a champion be crowned, but I'm sure we'll talk to you.
Danny down, Jeffrey Vickery in trouble, and looks like we're gonna stay green. No, that caution comes out.
Oh man, what a wreck there on the front stretch. Perfect timing.
Yeah,
well, I will leave you guys to it. Yeah. I will get back into the admin side, and I look forward to speaking to you guys in the champion here in a few minutes.
Of course, we appreciate you taking the time with us, and we'll see you in Victory Lane. Wow, what a wreck there as we were completing our time with the boss man himself, Jonathan Byer. Big wreck on the front stretch there, Emerson. It happened right in front of you. You were calling it live as it happened. And for Danny Dow, he's been a top 10 driver all night. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this one was occurring here for a bit. See if we can pick it up here. Yeah, we're gonna be able to find it now. So this happens a little ways back. I think somebody gets the wall. Andrew Harris has been pounding the wall down for the last few laps. Looks like Dow is just over driving the corner there. He pounds the wall down here. No, he's trying not to hit the wall. Overturns the car. Gets hooked by Andrew Harris. One of our championship drivers, Michael Madden. Right in the thick of that one.
See if he escapes this with no damage at all, and it looks like he will, Emerson.
Wow, another one.
That was so close. And for Madden, he must have just been coming off a pit road because he was at the tail end of that pack.
Oh yeah, and we'll see this all unfold in front of Michael Madden. Here he is, and he's just gonna get a 2 truck nearly in his lap. Wow.
Look how close that was here. And for Madden, who's been running inside of the top 3, you've seen the battles with McKinney up there. You've seen the battles with Cunningham. Wow, that was so close to the 15. But now it's going to be a Yachty reshuffle of the field. Some drivers elected to head down pit road again. Some drivers were pushing that window. You're going to have a mixed bag of drivers now, with Cunningham now our race leader. Last time down pit road for him was lap 55. You look at Wally Babb, also inside of the top 3. Last time down pit road was 51 for him. For Jeffrey Radke, you know, he's going to have some fresh equipment. He's going to be lining up in that 6th spot there with about 12 laps, 8 laps difference to some of these drivers. I mean, he's going to fly through this top 5 once this green flag drops.
Yeah, this is going to be intriguing. Ben Park here, he knew he's got to do something different. Ben Park was not going to win this championship just sitting on his hands following the leader. So Ben Park has stayed out here. The rest of the championship 5, and Radke, McKinney, Madden, and Greathouse have all pitted under this caution. So it is a, you know, lonely island that Ben Park is sitting on in terms of the championship drivers in strategy.
Absolutely, but it's going to be just like Paul Walker in the first Fast and Furious movie. When he hits that nitrous oxide, that 3 machine is going to fly. You know, you're looking at Danny Park last time down pit road, 56. Michael Lepicki, 55. Ben Park, 55 as well. So you're looking at around 6 to 7 laps difference between tire wear. It's going to be like a rocket underneath that 3 compared to the rest of this top 5.
Absolutely. It's going to be quite the spectacle to see, but we're also at that point, Will. 17 laps to go. When we go green, it'll be 15 at best. It's crunch time, Will. This is where your season is won or lost. If you are one of those championship 5 drivers, Will, we might see some moves that we haven't seen all season long be done on this restart.
And this is it. You know, these 16 laps to decide a 20-week season right here, Emerson. All the work, all the time spent, all the practice sessions, all the racing around the track with nobody else out there but yourself, all the studying, all the homework you've done on these tracks to put yourself in this spot. It all comes down here the next 15, 16 laps. And that's it. There's no next week. There's no maybe next season for some of these guys. But this is it for the Fiverr Truck Series. In these trucks, as the boss man just said, we're moving on to a whole different car next season. So if you want to be the Fiverr Truck Series champion, this is the night to do it.
Absolutely. And to put this in perspective, Will, every other week this season, at the end of the race, the winner would get $30. Tonight, the winner could walk away with $530. These are some money decisions that are about to be made here on this restart.
Big
and so here
money
we go.
decision.
Oh yeah. Connor Cunningham, Benjamin Park, Michael Lepicki, Daniel Park, Jeffrey Radke, Jason Green, Dalton McKinney, Michael Mann, Sean Corcoran, and Andrew Harris racing once again from South Florida. Connor Cunningham has gone now to a 4/10 of a second advantage. Ben Park trying to hang on in front of the rest of the field. He's got brother Dan coming out to maybe play a little block. Here's the Park brothers are now second and third.
Park in that 13 on the low side has his brother to the high side of the racetrack, just like the Bush brothers. You got Kyle and Kurt up here, 2-3 on the racetrack into 3 and 4. They're trying to put that 13 in that championship victory lane, but mama, here comes that man again, Jeffrey Radke in the 3. He'll make it 3 wide for 4th. No, he'll swing that front bumper right in behind the 7 machine of Park as we head into 3 and 4, but he is a man on a mission. If you see that 3 coming in your rear view, you better get out of the way or he'll make you move out of the way as he's to the top side of the racetrack off of 2. Under pressure from Lepicki off the corner.
Michael Lepicki, a great run out of turn number 2. Radke now drops down to the inside of Daniel Park. Now Radke washes up the track. Park trying not to get hit by the 3. He responds, and Radke muscles by the 7 of Daniel Park. And now all that stands between Jeffrey Radke and Ben Park is just a couple of tenths, a couple of hundredths as Radke gets down to the inside air, side by side for the championship lead. Radke will take second.
Wow. What a move. It looked like he hit a Hot Wheels booster or something coming off a 2 because that 3 machine just went zooming by the 13 of Park as he's up to second. Has his sights set on a man who's been wanting to put pressure on him all night long. Hasn't had that opportunity. Now has to play blocker to a man who is absolutely locked into this race. As the song goes, I can only imagine the focus that the 3 machine has tonight on that sim as we're off of the corner. He is definitely locked in on that 64 machine as we're heading into 3 and 4. But here comes Dalton McKinney in that 46 to the low side of the 13. He'll take that spot as the 46 moves inside the podium.
We have 4 of our championship 5 drivers set second, third, fourth, and 5th. Unfortunately, Matthew Greathouse was caught out when that caution came out. Will, he got trapped a lap down. And now Madden trying to work his way past Ben Park, and that's a pass for 3rd in the championship standings.
Wow, we have 3 out of the 5 championship drivers now inside of the top 5. McKinney,
4.
Madden, Park, Radke, 4 out of the 5. Emerson, as you mentioned here, in Greathouse, though, he's had a rough night, and now a lap down in that 51 machine. We'll stay up here, though, inside of the top 3 as the 46 machine of Dalton McKinney now trying to get around Cunningham as the 3 of Jeffrey Radke just did that. You look inside there, see if the 46 can get by. He does, and he's locked on the back bumper of the 3 of Jeffrey Radke. We might have a battle here for the lead as we're down the backstretch.
And Ben Park, now he falls out of the top 5. McKinney does get clear of Radke. Now Cunningham trying to hang on to what he's got. Madden trying to insert himself into this mix as well. Don't look too soon. Andrew Harris, he pounds the wall down again, but Andrew Harris is pounding that wall down all night long. Doesn't look like he's dirt tracking it, is how many times he's been up there. But he's still going strong up inside the top 5 now. He pounds it down again.
If I was the 46 machine of McKinney, I'd get on the radio, try to ask the Cunningham for a little bit of help here. I know Cunningham wants to get that checkered flag, but he is your best friend. He is your ally. He is the man you want to do karate in the garage. But right now, he is under pressure from the 15 of Michael Madden as he's looking to the inside around Cunningham. He's going to force him up the racetrack off of 4. Now we have 3 out of the 5 championship drivers inside of the podium. Who will be the champion? As Dalton McKinney, he is gaining on the 3 machine of Jeffrey Radke. It could be McKinney, it could be Radke. 7 laps to go to decide a champion.
It could be Michael Madden. Madden made a great move to put himself onto the podium, and it's now 3 trucks under a blanket for the championship here at Homestead. Madden now just looking on. He's about a half second back between behind Radke and McKinney as they duel it out here at Homestead. 6 laps to go.
So much speed coming off of 4. For me, though, Emerson, the 46 has to stay locked inside of that draft as long as he can. He needs to follow the leader of the 3. I know he wants to go high side on the racetrack, but that's breaking that draft every time. He had a huge run coming off of 4 with that move. But now with 6 laps to go, you can't afford to lose any speed as they're now nose to tail into 3 and 4. And now the 46 goes to the inside. We have a battle for the lead, a battle for the championship off of 4. Who will get it coming off of the corner? They're going to be side by side across the start-finish line. Make it 5 laps to go.
A lunge from McKinney as Radke keeps the power up on the high side. That was just one attempt. 5 laps to go. Is there any more goes out of the 46? Nose to tail here, 5 laps to go. Next time by, it'll be 6 miles to settle it here in Miami.
A little bit of an oversteer there for the 46. That might have cost him the championship. Just a little bit of a wiggle into 3 and 4. We'll watch here as the interval now goes down. He has so much speed coming off of 4. 4 laps to go. Cannot make any more mistakes if you're the 46 machine of Dalton McKinney. For Jeffrey Radke in the 3. You just have to stay locked in. You cannot look at the 46. You cannot check out that rear view mirror. Nobody could even let you know that he is there. You have to be solo. You have to be the only truck on the track. As now the 46 will look to the inside at the 3 and 4. We're going to go side by side for the championship, for the lead. 4 laps to go off of 4.
A big dive out of McKinney. Now he has the nose ahead, side by side out of turn number 4. Radke leads once again at the stripe, 3 laps to go. McKinney tries he might. He's going to have to give it more if he's going to get past this 3 machine as these teammates continue to do battle here for the championship at Homestead.
Yeah, they're not teammates here tonight. Definitely not with a championship on the line as that team championship has already been cinched. They're trying for the individual championship here tonight. As I say, throw up those 3s. Rest in peace to Dale Earnhardt because we have 3 laps to go. About to make it 2. Jeffrey Radke is making that 3 proud as he'll make it 2 laps to go for the championship into 1.
3 miles left from the Homestead-Miami Speedway in what has been a wild season to this point. Jeffrey Radke did not record a win all regular season. Got to the playoffs and notched not 1, not 2, but 3 wins. And now, out of turn number 4, he's got 1 lap to go. Can he fend off Dalton McKinney?
Oh, he has so much speed coming off of 4, but it looks like Jeffrey Radke was just coasting that gas pedal just a little bit. He has 1 final time around Homestead-Miami Speedway. If he can stay locked in, we come off a 2 down the backstretch. We might be looking at our champion at a threat level midnight into 3 and 4.
What is this? What is this lap truck doing? Danny Dow blocking Jeffrey Radke into turns 3 and 4. But to no avail, out of turn number 4, Jeffrey Radke is your champion here at Homestead-Miami. Miami Speedway.
What an incredible season. What an incredible victory. What an incredible run to go wire to wire in the championship race. Jeffrey Radke left no doubts here tonight. He is the champion of the Fiverr Truck Series. Out of threat level midnight, Jeffrey Radke is the champ.
I have no idea what any of those last lap hijinks were out of that lapped vehicle of Danny Dow, but what I do know is one driver is sitting in EPI, not only race victory lane, but championship victory lane.
And Emerson, I gotta say, as we're watching Jeffrey Radke burn it down, he's our Season 5 champion here. That was, in every sense of the word, a championship performance. Whoever your favorite team is, let's say the New England Patriots, the Golden State Warriors, all these great dynasties that have won championships with championship performances, now we can match that with Jeffrey Radke. He goes wire to wire in a championship race, leads but every lap here. Doesn't feel any pressure until the last 5 laps of this race. This man was on a mission, and it's mission accomplished here for the 3.
Mission accomplished. Well, I think that is the perfect way to go about it. This driver, he brought the heat when it mattered most. Again, went winless through the regular season, recorded 3 wins for truck number 3 here in the playoffs, and now counted 4 when it matters most. Jeffrey Radke, the dominant driver on the night, and a well-deserved Season 5 Fiverr Truck Series champion. Jeffrey Radke, how do you feel?
On top of the world. This is it's crazy. That glass caution there really had me worried whether I was going to be able to get through that traffic. Had my teammate Dalton breathing down my neck, had Madden right behind him. It was just emotions are all over the place right now.
Absolutely. I for a moment to the race, do you have any idea what was happening there or what that was out of on the last lap?
I have no idea. I would assume that was the 15th teammate, and he was trying to slow me up for him. I was just trying to get by him cleanly. Noticed when I got closer, he started running my lane, which was abnormal for a truck that's already a lap down. I could see if he was fighting for his lap, but so I don't know. It was just out of the blue. Luckily, it didn't affect me too much. I was able to get through 3 and 4 and stay ahead of Dalton.
Absolutely, Jeff. And you again, you came into this series, or I get the Speed Race Network, correct me if I'm wrong, at least last season. I remember you were in the Xfinity series, bringing your talents here to the Fiverr Truck Series, and you were consistent all season long. But it took you so long to get to victory lane. What was that like, the enduring stretch, the first 13 of the season before you got it done at Texas?
It was kind of grueling. I used to call this my humble league. I come race here and get humbled as far as performance and speed. But right there towards the end, I guess we hit a stretch of tracks that I really like, and I got familiar with the guys I was racing with, and I was able to put races together and not have any penalties or anything to take me out of it. So.
Right. Well, I won't hog all the time here, Will. I will give you the floor if you have anything to ask our Fiverr Truck Series champion this season, Will.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you here, Jeff. I just talked about it before we brought you in here on this victory lane celebration of a championship performance. Man, that to go wire to wire, lead almost every lap in this race, not really feel any pressure there to the last 5 laps of this race. Was that the mindset coming in? Were you just focused on being the only truck on the racetrack, and if I can do my thing, then the championship will be mine?
That's exactly how I came into it. Put in a lot of practice sessions throughout the week. kind of single truck, just out there running by myself, seeing what it'll do. And I knew if I could keep that clean air and keep the nose clean, that I would be the only truck out there, and start putting a gap between the guys behind me and finish it off.
And Emerson mentioned it too, not really many wins, if any, during the regular season. What swung for you here heading into the playoffs that really you started to build that confidence, that Austin Powers mojo, if you will, to really start stacking up those victories?
I don't know. I think it was mainly the schedule. We had a few good tracks there in the beginning that I'm good at. So sprinkled some road courses and just try to stay consistent and get into the playoffs. That round of 15 and round of 10, those tracks, including Homestead, are top of my list as far as tracks I like going to and driving at. So it just kind of fell into my lap the way the schedule worked out.
And you're in South Beach here. You're going to make it rain. You're now going to be $500 more richer here. But I'll let the boss man himself congratulate you, man. Congratulations on a huge championship victory, man. Hell of a run.
Thanks, Will.
Congrats, Jeffrey, on taking home the Season 5 Fiverr Truck Series Championship. You put on a clinic. Your team won 8 out of the 20 races this year, so you guys also took home the team championship, which, as we were talking during the race with the broadcast crew, that's an amazing feat on its own. So congratulations getting to this point. We look forward to seeing you guys back in Season 6.
Thanks, Jonathan. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to get
Absolutely.
signed up here soon.
Well, there it is, guys. That was our championship interview, championship presentation there for Jeffrey Radke. Congratulations once again, Jeff, on a phenomenal season, especially these final 7 races where it just seemed to all click for you, man. Congratulations. Enjoy that $500. Well, $530, I guess, tonight. And celebrate hard, man.
Thanks, I appreciate it. And Jeffrey Vickery, I'm going to Disneyland.
All right, Jeff, congratulations, man. Best luck to you next time out.
Thanks, have a good.
That was driver of the number 3, our Season 5 champion, Jeffrey Radke. And Will, he had to fend off probably some of the hardest competition maybe on the season. His teammate, the one, if anyone knew any of his secrets, it was going to be the guy closest to him on and off the track. This number 46 machine, Dalton McKinney. Will, you are standing by with second place.
Yeah, Emerson, we go from the confetti and the champagne celebration in victory lane to absolute heartbreak here with the 46 machine at Dalton McKinney, who left it all out on the track here, gave it runs with 3 or 4 laps to go, tried to put as much pressure on the 3 machine of Jeffrey Radke, just came up 1 position short. Dalton, you're going to finish second in the overall point standings, second in this race. Take us through your night.
Oh, I'm real happy for Radke, a teammate of mine, well deserved. He put a lot of effort, work in this week. I knew he was gonna be tough to beat. I don't think there's anything else I could have done. I mean, I feel like I tried everything. I tried every line. Early in the run, late in the run. I can't complain. $250 is nothing for sim racing. That's pretty awesome, and really cool that SRN gives us opportunity to race for this kind of money. And again, just really happy for Radke.
You just hear the teamwork there. You guys take home the overall team championship. You're going to get a little money in your pocket as well. Looking back on this season, what are your thoughts on this season? You're going to come up second overall in the points standings, second in this race. You're going to finish 7 spots to the good. What were your thoughts about this season?
Just happy to be here. I missed, I think, 6 races. I barely snuck in the playoffs because I had a win. I was in the last, I think you had to be in the top 25 in points. I was 25th, had a win, snuck in. I was on the outside looking in around 1, going in the final race, and got in. And then the last round, I was able to win the final race to make it into this round. So, just perseverance and just giving myself a chance here. And I knew, like I said, Radke was going to be tough, but can't complain with second.
And we saw those runs that you had coming off of 4, where you went to the high side of the racetrack. You broke that draft off of 3 and 4. Do you think maybe if you would have stuck to that bumper a little bit more, you would have had a little bit of speed, or as you said, you basically left it out on the track?
Well, Radke, he is. I mean, we work really a lot together, and he is one of the best at dirtying air up. And he ran that bottom, and that was actually better on his tires. The bottom was. But I couldn't follow because there was no clean air down there. So that's when I chose to go to the top. And then as soon as I got to him, he went up and took my line away. But at that point, I had worser tires because I'd been running the top. You carry a lot more speed. You wear the right front down. So then once he goes up there and takes my line, I really have no opportunity. I just try to push him into a mistake. It's really easy to get up into the fence here. So I was trying to just keep him honest and run hard and stay as close as I could. I thought maybe I could get a run on him and get under him and try a slide job. But that was going to be so risky, especially with another championship contender running third, not too far behind us. I was not going to do anything that was going to risk one of us not winning this thing.
I love to hear that. The teammates, even though you guys were scrapping it out for that overall championship, you both sort of had the teamwork mentality in the back of your mind. That is absolutely awesome to hear. But Dalton, before we let you go, as you mentioned, you're now $250 richer. You finished the season 2nd overall after 20 overall weeks. Anybody you'd like to shout out that maybe have been watching you all season? Any sponsors that have been with you here tonight? And boy, you're going to have a great holiday season with a little extra spending money.
For sure. I'd like to thank everyone at threat level. Real good group. Like you said, we do a lot of teamwork. I wasn't real fond of what the 2 was doing there the last couple of laps, trying to help the 15. That's not the kind of teamwork we do. So happy to be a part of a team that just goes out there and works hard and gets out in front of everyone. And like to thank Birdie's Blooms, my girlfriend Caitlin. She came over to watch tonight. My cousin Lil Joe, he was watching. My buddy Sean, any other of my friends and family that was tuning in. Like I said, the league for putting this on, SRN, and you guys for this broadcast. You guys do a great job. Gives us a good product to go back and watch. It makes us better as drivers. And looking forward to next season.
Well, we appreciate you, Dalton, and we appreciate the show that you put on. Makes it easy for us up here in the booth to call to action. And one heck of a run this season, my man. You finished 2nd overall in the race and in the point standings. Cannot wait to see you possibly next season here in SRN. But go celebrate, my man. You're going to go celebrate that team overall championship, the 2nd overall place for you as well. Congratulations on one heck of a season.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
That was the 46 machine, Dalton McKinney. Going to come home 2nd all across the board there, Emerson. 2nd in the point standing, 2nd in tonight's race. You are now catching up with a man who also ran inside the top 3 majority of the race here tonight. He'll finish 3rd overall in those point standings, 3rd overall in this race here tonight. You're catching up with the 15 machine, Michael Madden.
Yeah, it was a great run out of driver of the number 15, Michael Madden, and a good season for you, Michael. Comes up a couple spots short, but you're still leaving with a good chunk of change with you, $175 for you tonight. Tell us about your night and then, your season overall.
Yeah, just couldn't compete, man. Got behind. Clean air was king. I'm sure you guys knew that. It was just tough to pass. Couldn't really, once me and Racky kind of shuffled in the beginning and I kind of got that run. I don't know what happens if I overheated my tires or what, but the car just kind of went south on that first stage and just couldn't recover. And once I kind of started shuffling back, the air got worse and the handling really went away. It got really tight and I just couldn't find that air I needed to make the truck turn in the corner to be fast and save tire at the same time like they were able to do while you're up front.
Yeah, absolutely, Michael. And this season, you were able to notch yourself a couple wins to your name, but I think most importantly was that win at Michigan to get you here. Michael, tell us about your season overall. How would you grade yourself, and how would you improve should you come back and run this thing back next year?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. You know how I am, man. I like to win, and I'm here to win championships, not win races. But I made the 5. I've only missed the 5 once in my SRN career. So overall, I'm happy that I had the championship to my name a couple seasons ago, and it was a good season, man. I'm just happy that the Rev crew stuck it out, the high temp Rev Racing gang stuck it out, and we had our ups and downs. It definitely had some frustrations, some good times, and and that's really what it's about. So we will live to fight another day. As for my SRN career, this is definitely going to be my last race, and I don't know if I'll be back season 7 or beyond, but really want to thank you guys. I want to thank JB, Wimble, everybody for making this happen. I'll always be part of the SRN family. When we got started with Trip and Sean, and this little crew really just, breaks up your week, and it breaks up your kind of life. So it gives you those 2-3 hours a week to hang with your boys and kind of just race and do something you all kind of enjoy. So I'll always have a lot of memories in this league, and I'll take it with me to wherever we our next chapter on the Rev Racing crew. And like I said, I can't thank this league enough for all they've given me in my iRacing career.
Absolutely, Michael. I think that's a great spin on it. Personally, it's sad to hear that you won't be returning next season. I will cherish the moments that we did. The few moments I think we ran on the track together. Wasn't many, but we did. And yeah, I mean, clearly you got pace to compete here, as you showed that throughout the season and tonight. And you're gonna leave a high mark with you here as you close it out, Michael. It was a great spectacle to watch this season, you and the rest of the Fiverr Truck Series. And yeah, man, congratulations on the 3rd place finish in the championship, and best luck to you and what's next for you, man.
Thank you, you guys too. And like I said, I just want to thank Sparkle and Shine and everything they've done for me in my 5 seasons here, and anything EC for hopping on board, and really Sean Kozer. I owe that guy a lot, because I wouldn't be here without him and taking a chance on me in season 1. So appreciate him, appreciate the MM15 crew, and yeah, good luck next season, boys.
Absolutely. And that was our 3rd place driver on the race, 3rd place driver in the season, driver of the number 15 out of High Temp Revved Racing, Michael Madden. And again, he'll be taking $175. As Will mentioned, it is $250 for second. That Dalton McKinney gets to take home 500 buckaroos for our champion Jeffrey Radke. 125 for Ben Park, $100 for Matthew Greathouse tonight as they close things out. There was also more money up for grabs for 6th through 10th on the standings, and about to get official word on how that all wrapped up later. But Will, we are here. We have done it. We have done and dusted round number 20 on the season. What say you, man?
Yeah, it's one of these things, Emerson, that's just been 20 weeks here in the SRN Fiverr Truck Series. My first ever season with you with SRN. And I gotta say, man, these races have been an absolute blast. I mean, we've had everything. We've had photo finishes. We've had drivers go wire to wire. Here tonight, we've had crashes on the last lap. We've had incredible races throughout, whether it's the playoff races, regular season. I just really love how this league sort of takes a break off during the regular season, a week here, a week there for the holidays. I think it gives the drivers a chance to really recoup, and we've seen that on the following weeks here. These races have been incredible. Here tonight we had a week off coming in. These drivers were just let loose. We had battles all over the place. Jeffrey Radke took that week to study, prepare. You saw it here tonight. So I think just the overall preparation, the competitiveness, everything that we've seen this season, threat level midnight, the teamwork out of that team. 7 wins on this season. You just heard from the top 2 guys here. Although they were battling each other for that championship, they still had teamwork in the back of their head, which is incredible to hear. With $500 on the line, they're still thinking like teammates there at the line. So Emerson, I gotta say, to cap off this wonderful Tuesday night series here, it's been an absolute blast calling these races with you, calling these drivers. I mean, it's just been an incredible season. I cannot wait for next year.
Absolutely, Will. I share many of those same sentiments with you. And for the final time this season, our race results, they'll be up on your screen. And there they are. It's Jeffrey Radke, Dalton McKinney, Michael Madden, the top 3. You heard from them. They all took a good chunk of change home tonight. Connor Cunningham finished 4th. Corey Stahl 5th. Andrew Harris 6th. Wally Babb 7th. Daniel Park 8th. Sean Corcoran 9th. And last season's champion, Ben Park, no longer the defending champ. He'll come home 4th in the overall standings with a 10th place finish tonight.
Yeah, looking at 11th spot, just outside of the top 10. Michael Lipicki will come home 11th. John Koiser right there in the 12th. You heard his name mentioned. He has been helping guys out this season with their track preparation, mainly the 15 machine of Michael Madden. Jason Green had one heck of a season. That 55 machine really under the radar, finishes 13th here tonight. Jason Kratky in that 54, 14th. Blair Holloman in that 10. One of those names I thought was going to sneak up and maybe get inside of that top 5 of the championship run. Unfortunately, wasn't one of those guys in the mix. Finishes inside of the top 15. Great way to cap off the season. Matthew Greathouse, though, one of those championship drivers. I think Emerson, his night just started off bad, and it just unraveled from there. Just never really had an opportunity to recover from that early incident. Finishes a lap down, 16th position. Spencer Brown, 17th. Walter Lipicki, 18th. Danny Dow, you saw him there. A little bit of a controversy there on that last lap, trying to block for his teammate there, but he'll come home 19th. Jeffrey Vickery in that 77, 20th, and rounding out our field, Jacob Zala in the 25.
And that is how all 21 drivers who took time today, or took to the track tonight here at Homestead-Miami Speedway, came to the checkers or didn't. Well, it's been a great season to call, but we have, of course, a huge thanks to all of our partners here at SRN, as they are the ones that make things happen, the ones that make things go round here. A huge shout out again to Fiverr, the V-Truck Series sponsor, for all of their support here for Speed Racing Network and this Tuesday series. Fiverr making things happen for us. Admin Box has been on your screen all evening long. Our starting grid presentation presented by Admin Box. Make sure you use code SRN-box, that's BLXX, for 10% off of your Admin Box purchases. Butt Kicker, we heard from them earlier in the broadcast. Huge support from Butt Kicker all season long. EPI, of course, with our Victory Lane presentation and championship presentation tonight. And select blinds of our incident replays this evening and all season long. Huge support from all of our partners here at Speed Racing Network. If you made it to this part of the broadcast, we would greatly appreciate it if you would like and subscribe and help support us here on our YouTube channel and across all of our social media outlets. Our Facebook page, Speed Racing Network, our X page at Speed Racing Net, our Instagram at Speed Racing Network, of course our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Speed Racing Network, our Twitch at Speed Racing Net, our LinkedIn at linkedin.com/company/Speed Racing Network, and the website where you keep up with all things SRN, all sorts of Season 6 news and all that jazz is waiting for you at speedracingnetwork.com. It was mentioned earlier in the broadcast how, we are bringing this truck series, we are bringing a truck series back. We're going from 2 to 1 next season, but we are bringing a truck series back next year on Tuesday nights, and here is that schedule. Once again, this was released a couple weeks ago. We can bring it back up for you again. The qualification duels, January 16th, 2024. You don't want to miss it. Be back here on Speed Racing Network, all for that Daytona action. We'll run it back the following week at Daytona. We'll go on to a couple of outliers in Chicagoland to bring it back to the NASCAR scheduled Milwaukee Mile, which was a fun one this year, Will. That was our first race on this season. Before we kick into what is more than anything the real NASCAR schedule for next season, that means that the iRacing official series will be running on these tracks, which means you'll get some extra practice at those tracks that week of. Great news for some of those drivers that, I find it hard to, get that extra motivation to practice when I can run officials, get some practice, as we'll be also running the iRacing fixed setup. That's not where we were running a custom fixed setup this year. We'll be back to the iRacing fixed setups next season. Can't wait for it. A couple of fun tracks there. Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, IRP. Any thoughts on the schedule, Will? What do you, keeping your eye out for? What are you most looking forward to next year?
I mentioned during the broadcast that this would be the only champion of the Fiverr Truck Series, and not knowing that we're going to be heading into the trucks next year as well. But I think with the schedule we ran this season compared to the schedule we're going to run in 2024, this is a whole new series. This is a whole new schedule. This is a gauntlet of racetracks. Of course, you have the familiarity with Daytona, Atlanta, Las Vegas. Then you're hitting Milwaukee Mile, you're hitting Canadian Tire, you're hitting the Raceway Park at Indianapolis, you're hitting Texas, Talladega back to back. Then you're going to Rockingham after Talladega, Kansas to end out the regular season. Then you look at those playoff races come May. You're going to start the playoffs with Darlington. Homestead now going to move to the second week of the playoffs. You're going to get comfortable there at Homestead. Then you're going to get Charlotte, Iowa. End the season at Nashville at night. Oh man, I cannot wait for the gauntlet of this series next year.
Absolutely. It's a great schedule we've got on tap for the next season. Of course, we'll bring back the respective schedules, the Xfinity schedule tomorrow, the Cup schedule on Thursday, and all that jazz. But of course, there are still spots available. This series is still filling up. This truck series, it's very much of a full list of the 3, but there's still about half the slots remaining. If you wish to contend in the Speed Racing Network Season 6 Truck Series, head over to speedracingnetwork.com, hop into Speed Racing Network Discord, and fill out the registration form sitting for you in that Discord. There is a tab with league info and registration, all there ready to go for you. All of that is available for you at the Speed Racing Network website and Discord. But Will, I think for us, that'll do it. I'll give you the chance. Any final thoughts on the season? How it was. I know we came in a little late. We didn't see the first 4 races of the season, but man, I'm glad we took this on.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure with you, Emerson, here this entire run. It's been a pleasure calling these drivers. Congratulations, of course, to Jeffrey Radke in the 3, taking home $500, taking home that overall championship. But congratulations to the whole field, every driver who took the track here tonight. You stuck it out. You stuck through a 20-week season, whether you were a championship driver or you're outside of the championship hunt. We saw those non-championship drivers really put some pressure on these guys here, with Vickery in the 77, Cunningham in that 64 machine. So, just a big congratulations to all the drivers. Thank you again to all the sponsors involved with this series, Admin Box, Selected Blinds, everybody involved in this series. I mentioned the SRN shop. Go check that out. Get you some gear for the holidays. We'll have some championship gear as well coming around the corner. Man, it's a bittersweet situation, Emerson, that we have to say goodbye to this season. We have our champion here on the screen, here on our YouTube page. But it's also an exciting time as we head into 2024 with a whole new schedule. We're going to have some new drivers probably in the mix. You're going to have some drivers leaving this field as well. It's just an exciting time, and it's just been a great blast here, spending these Tuesday nights with you, with these drivers, and like I said, can't wait for next season. Oh, and happy holidays for everybody out there watching as well.
Absolutely, Will. And yes, it's a goodbye, but it's only temporary. We will be back in 2024. But for the last time for the Fiverr Truck Series in 2023, that'll do it from Homestead-Miami Speedway. Thank you all so much for tuning in and joining us for tonight's action, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. For all at Speed Racing Network, Will Tiller and myself in the virtual booth this evening, a huge shout out to Jonathan Byer and all of his crew for doing all of their hard work each and every week to bring these series to light. And thank you, the viewers, so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night for the Glitch Truck Series season finale, once again here from Homestead-Miami Speedway, or in 2024 for the 6th iteration of the Speed Racing Network Truck Series. Happy holidays.